Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Welcome.
Cheers. I'm Lynnie.
And I'm Shantal. And hello, Gary.
Hello, how you doing, ladies?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Where's your coffee or your bang?
Is it bang o'clock yet?
It's not bang yet.
Not yet.
Just doing sparkling water for now.
Yeah.
Nice. Sparkling water for the win.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds so exciting.
It does. Like, oh, what are you drinking? Sparkling water. People ask me that all the time. I'll be live streaming. Be like, ooh, what's your drink? What are you drinking? I should just start saying whatever I want. But I'm like, oh, it's a sparkling water. They're like, oh, okay.
Going crazy, huh?
Getting crazy.
Girl. That's probably good, though, because my last live, they got me doing shots and shit. But they were tipping for them. And I should have just done water, but I didn't. Yeah.
You're authentic. So
Oh
you
my
got hammered.
God. I got very tipsy, that's for sure. I kind of cringe rewatching it, like, oh my God, what did I do?
I think those ones I would just try. I would just not watch.
Yeah.
Hope it went well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, we can't get enough of your guys' fan questions. I feel like you guys are really making us think. Some of these are tough.
Yes.
Tough questions.
Mm-hmm.
We have some short ones and some longer ones. So I guess we'll just dive right in.
Yeah, let's dive right in.
Has your sexual preferences or things that you like changed since you started this pod? And if so, how come? Yeah, yes, absolutely. I mean, I don't know, sexual preferences. Does that actually insinuate like preferences as in like male, female? Or do they just mean like sexual experience preferences?
Like, are you a lesbian now?
Oh, I don't think doing this
For the podcast.
This podcast is turning
I think
into
they just mean
lesbian.
like preferences and things that you do sexually. I don't know
Yeah.
why I thought that. My bad.
No, I see why.
I'm like, well, no. Yes, though I do think that my like sexual interests have certainly been piqued from the podcast and tried things that I don't think maybe I wouldn't have been as interested in trying or just being open to, even if I haven't tried them yet. More like, yeah, just piqued interest.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know if my preferences or anything has changed. I feel like it's always been pretty much the same, but I feel like we've definitely talked about everything. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, we have.
We've talked about things even like pegging. That's something I've never thought I'd ever even.
Well, you guys are talking about like personal shit for everyone too. So I mean, I'm sure that's opened you guys up where you're just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's made you kind of just be like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Made you
in a
like
way.
having a more open mind to things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have not tried pegging, but I'm still
Yeah.
open to it.
You're right.
And
know.
I definitely never thought that that's something that I'd be like, oh yeah, I want to try that.
Yeah. Same. I know.
This is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And how come? I think, yeah, just because of what Gary said, because we talk about everything so much and you kind of go through the pros and the cons and like how, and listening to other people's experiences too. It just makes you just more open-minded.
Well, I guess you guys are proof that the more you talk about sex, maybe even with your partner, the more you're going to be open to things.
Definitely.
Yes.
Because I think
Yeah.
it is true when you don't talk about things, it's kind of like more awkward. But then the more you talk about it, the more you're like, it's kind of not.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and just like all the extended research we've done for topics and stuff, you just kind of like learn a thing or two. Like, oh,
Yeah, I didn't
side
know
note.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Side note, try that later.
yeah.
I mean, since I've been on the podcast, I've learned so much shit from you guys, and just like I've learned a ton of stuff. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
That's
it's
good.
been educational. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Educational. Love that.
What's the worst thing a guy can do when trying to attract a girl? The worst thing a guy can do when trying to attract a girl.
Be cocky.
Yeah, I mean, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking, be cocky, but I wasn't sure if it was meaning in action, which would like be by being cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or just being an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all preference too, because I mean, you guys could think that, but then there is girls that like cocky assholes.
I mean,
know what I
cocky
mean?
one thing, but do women really like assholes? I don't know.
I mean, some might, but
Some
I'm
some
thinking
think
of.
they do.
So have you seen the movie, the Top Gun Maverick movie?
Yes.
You know the guy. What's the hangman guy? How he's like this good looking, like, but he's such a cocky fucking asshole. You know what I'm talking about? Glenn Powell.
I don't.
No, I can't think of the character.
He's like he's I don't know how to describe him, but like he's like this really good looking guy but he's super cocky. And I'm sure like a lot of girls are into that because of like how he looks. He's all like buff and stuff in the movie too. But I'm sure like tons of girls like that. But then a lot of them wouldn't like that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think for me though, I would say assholes are or cocky.
Yeah.
For attracting me at least. I don't know about girls in general. I mean being rude, that's another thing. Like those are completely different to me. Like being an asshole versus just being like rude.
Yeah.
Can that almost cancel like a lot of shit out too? If you have like a guy who's really, it's like your type and he's like, but then he's just like super cocky. Is that like, okay, cancels everything out? I don't give a shit. Like your car, how good you look. Like I don't care. If you're kind of a dick, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like your personality and your looks need to complement each other. And so if you're an asshole, but you look really good, your looks don't mean shit. If your personality is shit,
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
So
at
does
least.
it go the other way too? So if you're just like not good looking, but you have like this really great personality and you're super funny,
I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
but if you have like no attraction to the person, could you be attracted to them?
Yes.
I think that personality and those characteristics that you're talking about can make someone attractive
Yeah.
when they may not be attractive by some, golden society standard or whatever. Or maybe not normally your physical type, but
Yeah.
then you connect with them emotionally because their personality is good. Mm-hmm. And I think that, sorry to dog on men, but I think that women are better at that than men.
Yeah.
Like women you'll see this gorgeous woman with a guy who's, who you might be like, oh, I'm way better looking than him. How did he get her? Well, he probably has a fucking better personality than you.
yeah.
I don't know. But I feel like that's not as common with men. You don't see like super, super, super attractive men with, a woman who is a great personality and is not, sexually attractive to them.
I think because guys are just more vain than girls.
More shallow. Yeah. Probably.
I mean,
I think that
Kinda.
men place a higher value on attraction than women.
well, I mean, I think for me, physical attraction is pretty important to me.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would be very hard for me to be like, she is like a great personality. She's super funny, but she's not my type, like at all. I'm not attracted to her. It would never work out for me. That's just how I am. It would never work out.
What if she rocked your world in the bedroom?
Still, I don't know. Still, I don't. I
He
still
couldn't
don't
get
think it
to
would
the
work out.
bedroom.
Yeah.
He couldn't get
Yeah.
to the bedroom because he's like, no.
I
She-
would always be wanting something different. That's how I look at it. Like, I don't want to ever be like, I wish my girl looked like that. I wish she had this. I wish she had this. I mean, I would always be wanting that and it would always be a red flag for me. That's why I know it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense for my explanation too.
Yeah. Men are more shallow.
Definitely.
I mean, you said shallow. I was trying to be nice. I said they.
I'm like just straight up.
I mean, I'm a guy and guys are definitely more shallow for sure.
Yeah.
How do I differentiate between a woman flirting with me or just complimenting me?
That's a good question.
That is a
Hear what
damn
you
good
guys have to say.
question. I feel like, and maybe this is hard for men, but I feel like when you catch the vibe, maybe, but I
Body
guess they don't.
language.
Yes.
Body language. When she's flirting with you or when you perceive that she's flirting with you, is she touching you? Is she making eye contact with you for long periods? Like, pay attention to her body language. I feel like women, when they flirt and when they're talking to men, they move their bodies a lot.
Yeah.
Is she just standing there? Is she just making a joke? Is she not moving? Is she not touching your shoulder, your back, your hand, whatever? I feel like that's usually a pretty good indicator.
Yeah.
Obviously not foolproof, but
Yeah. Like, Shantal, you look so beautiful today compared to Shantal.
Yeah.
God, you're looking fucking hot, girl. You know
Did
what I mean?
you see your
Like,
eyebrow move too? I love it.
you know, it's like the whole body
But couldn't
language
you
has changed.
Could
I
you
don't
see
know.
how that could get taken wrong though? Because I mean, like a girl wanting to initiate, like, hey, maybe I should say something to him, and it just gets taken the wrong way. Like a guy thinks you're flirting, but you're just being nice.
That's why we're telling him there's a difference between being nice and being complimenting versus flirting.
Yeah.
But what if you're
Yeah.
just talking to kind of initiate flirting and you're wanting them to flirt? So you're kind of like, oh, like you're in a grocery store and you're like, oh my God, have you tried that cereal? It's really good. And you're like, no, I haven't. And that's like your opening. Would that be flirting, or would that just be like you being nice?
That's a good example. Very.
Someone that you've never even met and they're
Yeah.
randomly just talking about cereal.
Yeah.
I think that they're trying to initiate a conversation to talk to you.
So
Yeah.
are you supposed to take that as like, that's my opening? Like, okay, I'll talk to you. Or you're just supposed to be like, yeah, I've had it, and walk off.
I mean, how you respond is your own choice, but
Yeah.
yes, that would be.
That's this gray area of like, is she like saying that, or is she like giving me this opening of like, should I talk to her? Or is she like flirting with me? That's where it's like can get this gray area is like you see where I'm coming from?
I do.
Yeah.
You're making me think, sorry, because I just binge watched the shit out of the new season of You. He's like all in his head and asking him, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
overthinking things. And it's normal. Everyone does it. But I think it's just important to pay attention to body language.
Yeah.
And pick up on the vibe. Maybe you just can't. Maybe you can't see it.
Well, if it was that case, would you say, I mean, you just kind of play it out, like, you know, you talk to them and see kind of where it goes, because it's like, what if you miss an opportunity? Like, say you're talking to someone, you're like, oh yeah, you start a conversation, they're like, oh yeah, all right, we'll have a good one. You're just like, oh, okay. You kind of like, we're trying to initiate with someone. But I feel like guys do that a lot more to girls. Like, try to start a conversation, and then the girls would just kind of be like, yeah, and then walk away. And
Walk
you're like,
off.
cool, all right.
I think seeing where it goes, definitely. And hopefully you'll be able to tell with a little bit more conversation.
Yeah.
Well, realistically, have you guys ever really, like, when is a time you've, I mean, it's probably hard for you to say, but like, when is a time you've actually like flirted, and what did you do? Like, when did you actually, like, you saw a guy where you're like, okay, I'm gonna like flirt with him?
It's interesting because I don't think we think about it cognitively like
Yeah.
that. Like, oh, there's an attractive guy. I'm going to go flirt with him. I was trying to like go through my memories and see if I ever thought that in my head. I mean, obviously, I've certainly flirted with men before. And how did I decide? I don't know. Probably body language. Sitting, talking to somebody who's like being engaging and listening to you and looking at you, making all of the
Do you think if someone
cues.
saw you talking, they would go, she's flirting with him? Or do you think that they would just say, oh, they're just talking?
I mean, maybe they thought it was flirting. Because in the example I was using, I was thinking about like touching a guy's arm while he's talking. That's very flirty.
Very.
That is very forward. That's very like, hey, like, I like you, essentially, from a woman.
But like, personally, me, I would never, like, I'm not like the type to be like, oh yeah, like I don't touch anyone.
Well,
like,
you don't,
ever.
but the thing is, and I don't know, maybe this is incorrect way of thinking, that women can touch men and the men can't touch women, but it's kind of like, because men already feel like they can't touch you, when you do like touch their shoulder or like, oh, you look really good. Okay, I could say, oh, Gary, you look really good today. Okay, and I'm just talking to you, right? I'm giving you a compliment. But if I walk up to you and I like touch your shoulder and I'm like, oh, Gary, you look really good today, and that simple little touch when I touch your shoulder, to me, that's an opening. That's a like, you look really good, you know, and it's a physical touch. So now you're connecting in that way. And the woman in that scenario is being like, you know, permission to engage.
It's so crazy because, yeah, guys, I feel like girls would get so creeped out if guys did that to them all the time.
It just made me think of my old boss. He'd do that. Like, he would be very touchy. He'd be like, your legs are looking really tan. And then he'd like, he'd pat my shoulder and it's just like,
now I'm
wow.
sounding like a creep.
Thanks, Jim. Ugh. You know?
Thanks, Jim. Blah.
Yeah, he's just nasty. Just like very pervy.
No,
Yeah.
that's not appropriate, especially from your boss at work.
Yeah. This was a long time ago, but it just made me think of that. I'm like, one time I ever felt kind of like creeper vibe, you know?
Creeped. Yeah.
But if he didn't touch you, would you feel as creeped out?
No.
Yep. See? Don't be touching anyone.
Unless you're like out and on a date and, you know,
Yeah.
a few dates in and yeah, then that's fine. But
Yeah, not initial
yeah.
touching.
Yes. Would you ever really consider a threesome?
No, I don't know.
If no strings were attached, that's the
Yeah,
only
if there were no
circumstance, I think.
not in a relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what you mean by no strings attached,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah, where you don't have like that, you know, emotional
Emotional.
feelings toward
Well,
either
it's like,
one of them.
would you ever just randomly be like, oh, this is going to be a once in a lifetime thing, and then I probably won't ever see these people again? So you're on like a trip, you like go somewhere, and it's like you really hit it off with people. I don't know what you guys are into, like 2 girls or 2 guys or what. And if you just like hit it off and then it happened, and you were like, wow, that was kind of crazy and weird, but that happened. Would you ever do that, or be like, fuck no?
In a relationship or out of a relationship?
No, like out.
out
yeah.
of relationship.
Out of one, then yeah.
Yeah.
So what would it be?
Girl, guy?
Yeah, probably 2 girls. But I don't
Two
know.
girls? 2 girls?
Oh, I said 2 girls. I meant like me and another girl. Yes, me and 2 girls. I mean, who
Damn.
knows?
Yeah,
that could be fun
that
too.
could be wild.
I won't knock it until I try it. But no, I meant like me, like girl is what I meant.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to 2 guys. It would just depend on the circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ideally, how long should sex last for you? Ooh, I think we talked about this.
From foreplay to finish or just straight up sex?
Yeah, I think from foreplay to finish is obviously can be longer, but the actual sex, didn't we say like 15 to
Yeah, like 10, 15
10,
minutes.
15 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. People are like, oh, damn.
Doesn't need to be forever, you know?
No, it doesn't need to be a marathon.
What is truly more important to you? We already answered this. Looks or personality? Definitely personality. Hair or no hair? That goes for all parts of the body.
Okay, well, what are we supposed to sit here and name all the parts that are acceptable to have hair on? I think that groomed is good. No hair is great, but groomed is good. That's my opinion. Obviously, that's for a very specific part of the body, but
Like, do you like guys that shave like everything, or just like down there, or everything? Or does it matter?
I don't think it matters too much. I think all or very nicely groomed is good for me. You know?
Hair, I'm thinking like hair on the head. I think it's like really hot when guy has really great hair.
Yeah.
You know.
I know when they said whole body, I'm like, are we gonna have to like dissect? Like, good to have hair here, no hair here, no hair here.
I like great hair here. Body hair, I'm like,
I don't like hair at all.
I like no hair, you know.
Smooth.
Yeah.
As long as it's kept, it can't be poking no hair. I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In all places.
Yeah. Like think about like I have a real hairy back or chest. You know what I mean? It's just like just shave that shit or wax it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If forced to give up sex or being gone down on, which would you choose? Wow. That's cruel.
Oh, shit.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
I mean, I guess I'm going to give up being gone down on, but
Yeah.
that sounds really fucked up. So
That
thanks
does.
for that question.
I know. Yeah, same. I'd give up that one over the other.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Can't you guys not have orgasms through penetration sex? So you guys would never have an orgasm again.
What? I'm sorry. Do we never have access to our clit ever again? Excuse me?
Well, I'm just
Is that
saying.
getting taken
like,
away too?
Like compared to a guy going down on you or sex, like you guys.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not giving up sex.
Yeah, I like feeling that. Then you don't have that like emotional like connection. You know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly what she said.
Mm-hmm. At what point can a guy play hard to get?
Oh. I'd say only in the beginning, otherwise you're a dick. Right?
Yeah, they're into that. That's true.
I don't know how you could like be talking to someone and everything's going good and then all of a sudden he starts playing hard to get. That would be like a
Is that the
massive
whole question?
no thing.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is. He's like, is that the whole question?
Yeah. I think it's like, I don't know. I don't like games. You know, I know it's like some women like the chase, so guys like to play a little hard to get just so she can, but you know.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
Yeah.
Personally, don't like game
So it's supposed
playing.
to be at what point can a guy play too hard to get?
You're like, you guys misread something. Oh, too hard to
Yeah.
get. Okay, gotcha. Well, I don't know the answer to that one.
I'm same.
Saying
Don't play
like,
hard to get at
can
all.
you play too hard? Can a guy
Yes.
play too hard to get?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I
Just
think
like a
just-
woman can.
Yeah. Just playing hard to get is just kind of like,
But does it make you want them even more?
Not at a certain point.
yeah.
Like a little tiny bit maybe, but like for example, say this guy's never reachable. He never returns your texts. He never returns your calls. He's always like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so busy. I've been doing this and I've been doing that." It's like that gets fucking old.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're busy. Guess what? I'm busy too, but it takes like a couple seconds to respond to a text message.
Exactly.
Don't you think that just makes girls just, for some weird reason, like want the person even more?
Not me.
Not me. Maybe some people. And I think it works on men too, from women doing that.
Or it's like you want what you can't have.
Yeah, I think there is certainly some truth to that, but I also personally feel that's something more attributed to younger,
Yeah.
like in a younger
Yeah.
frame of mind.
games.
So maybe when you're 20, you're like ignoring your, text messages, you're leaving her unread for the whole week, and then you're just hitting her up, and she's like, "Oh my god."
I dated
know?
someone like that. And I was just like, fine, I'll hit up someone else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, next.
Yeah, when they don't get back to you, it's like, fine. It's like, I don't know. As a woman, you want to feel wanted.
Yes.
Not like you're chasing them,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Amen.
I must be an ego thing for a guy, though.
Yeah. And I mean, I know women do it too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, he'll want me more now. It's like,
Yeah.
how long is that going to last?
Yeah, exactly. Next.
Yeah. Thank you. Next. What's your biggest physical turn on?
Biggest physical turn on.
I mean, I don't know. I like smiles and eyes. Like I think that's probably what I'm most attracted to when I look at someone. If I find them attractive, it's like I'm just drawn into their face.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this means like attractions or like what turns you on, like what you like having done to you. Like there could be lots of different avenues of this question.
Right? I know.
I guess that would have been the personality. I misread there's two questions. What's your biggest physical turn on and your biggest personality turn on? But neither of one I said is personality. So I guess that one's physical.
For personality, I know we've said this before. I like when someone has a good sense of humor.
Yes.
To me, it's a big turn on.
Yeah. If you can't laugh together, there's no hope for you.
Yeah.
I seriously think that if people cannot laugh at themselves or with each other or at each other,
Yeah.
then their relationship likely is not going to work. It's like, how can you live like that?
Just lightens everything up too. I think when you can laugh together, because then you're having fun together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's so many of these. We're gonna have to. I didn't want to read them beforehand because I didn't want to, like, cheat and come up with my answers. But damn.
How do you flirt with someone like you?
How do you flirt with somebody like you? That's a good question.
That is a good question.
Eye contact, maybe a compliment, but not too many compliments. Listen.
Is that flirting though? I guess it is.
I mean, I don't know. Do people think
just
that
being
flirting
nice.
is just
yeah.
that flirting is just like one-liners and pickup lines? Because I think that flirting comes with, like, say you're on a date with somebody and you're talking and whatever, and it's just kind of like subtle,
Yeah.
like subtly sprinkled in.
yeah.
I think everyone has their own form of flirting too, because some people can be flirty, like you can tell, like kind of sexual, and other people can just be more nonchalant about it and just be kind of normal, but they're flirting.
Yeah. Definitely.
I like the more like subtle or like teasy, like not tease, like make fun of you, but like the light kind of flirting where it's not just like blatantly like over the top, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know. It's a hard one to describe, really. Let's see here.
How do you feel about PDA?
Like seeing it or having it done to you? Or you're
Doing it.
I think
Doing
doing
it?
it is probably the question. I don't really do that very much, or I haven't really.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like seeing
I mean,
it.
like, I think it's so. There's something about when you're like in public and you're like all over someone, you're making out. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? And I don't ever want to be like that. It's like kissing, holding hands is fine, but I mean,
Yeah.
you know, people are just like,
Going at it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this thing at like this concert on Instagram where like, I don't know if it was real. I think it was like a concert, and this dude was like getting a blowjob in this concert by like around a ton of people. I'm like, what the fuck?
What kind of concert was he at?
I don't know.
Wow. Was it a music
Wow.
festival? Because that would make a lot more sense.
No, it wasn't like a Coachella type of thing. It was almost looked like a UFC kind of fight, like that type of thing. Where like,
The
and
fuck?
then
That's very strange.
Wow.
like, wow, that's fucking gross.
For some people, they might be like, "Oh, that is really exciting."
But you know, when people are
Trying
like
to get
all
arrested.
over each other and stuff,
Yeah.
and like not holding hands because that's not that big of a deal, but like making out and stuff.
Yeah, or feeling each other up, or yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a little bit. You
I
can't
think-
help but kind of look.
Yeah. I think holding hands and like, it's fine to be kissing, but not like that. Like, or get a room kind of thing.
Yeah. But I think that maybe those people, do you think that they either just like being watched, or do they just think that they're the only ones that exist in the world?
Maybe they just don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
nothing else around them matters kind of thing.
Except for that moment when they're about to fuck on a public sidewalk.
I don't know. I think people do like that, like thrill of it.
Yeah.
And then other people like me, I just feel embarrassed.
I think, being more subtle about certain things. Like, let's just say that to me, this sounds hot. If you're in a restaurant, it's like kind of dark. You're sitting next to each other and maybe like put your hand up her dress or whatever, or whisper in the ear. Like, I don't know.
That's
Shit like
hot.
that's hot, but it's more subtle, not so just,
Yeah.
Well, that'd be
Yeah.
like you're at a concert and you go behind like this wall or something, you like make out or something.
yeah, that's hot.
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
like give a blowjob in the middle of 10,000
like you're just gonna
people.
go to jail.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. Let's see. Do you like making the first move? No.
Does that mean just initial first move, or
Yeah.
probably? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever made a first move?
No.
Ever?
I don't think so.
First move define. Do you mean like actually like make a
Like-
first move sexually? Make a first move on a date? What?
Like first move asking someone out.
Yeah, I've asked somebody out before.
Did they
Before
say
they
yes or
asked me
no?
out. They said yes.
Well, duh.
Well, not duh. I mean,
Yeah.
I've probably wanted to ask out more people than that, but always been like way too shy.
Were they like surprised?
Yeah, I think so.
Were you just like, hey, do you want to go to dinner sometime? And they were like, okay.
Yeah.
Did you pay?
No.
What the fuck?
I love that.
Did you pay? No.
Aren't you the one who always is like, whoever asks has to pay?
Well, I know, but if you offer to pay and somebody insists that they're going to pay, you let them pay.
What a nice
Otherwise, it's
guy.
rude, right? I think
Yeah.
it's rude if you sit there and argue over the bill.
Oh,
If you
I
say like, "Oh,
know.
I've got this," and you know, if somebody's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, I got it," and then you're like, "No."
Like you do with your parents. It's like,
Yes.
fucking okay, getting mad here now.
Yes.
So funny.
Oh.
Okay, we have what? One more?
Yeah, let's do one more. You can go ahead and pick it.
Oh, it's so hard. There's so many.
I know. We'll have to save some of these.
What's a random thing you secretly find hot? Oh, random thing you secretly find hot.
Can't tell, or else it wouldn't be a secret.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah, right. Fuck, I don't know. Something random that I secretly think is hot.
This is kind of strange. Okay, it's not really that strange, but so I was dating somebody and they worked in an office, and sometimes I would stop by the office and listen to them, like be in their meetings or whatever, and I always thought it was super hot. I don't know why. Just listening to like their business side, like talk and conduct meetings or whatever, and I would just be like in the other room, but I could hear it, and I don't know why I always thought it was hot.
That's not
Probably because
Yeah.
it's like like the whole
they're like the
work
boss.
fantasy
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't the boss, but I'm just saying, like, it
a man
sounded
in
hot.
power.
Well,
Yeah.
no, like,
Yeah.
were they like the boss almost? Like on conference calls and
Yeah.
shit? Like,
Yeah. Exactly. So they were like leading a meeting, and I just thought it sounded really hot. So, what
Yeah.
about you? Can you think of anything?
I don't know. That's like I can think of things, but not are like super random.
You can say something
And-
that's not random.
Yeah. I don't know. I think dominate. I think because for me, I'm more where I'm not like a super dominating person. So I think it's really hot to be able to dominate someone.
Yeah. It is hot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Gary, are you going to answer?
That's all I got.
No.
No. But the fans want to know.
I
Yeah.
don't really know what it would be.
Something random.
I mean, nothing that's like I've always had this thing where like I really do like, it's kind of just like sounds like creepy, honestly. It's like
Oh, shit. Now you have to
No,
no,
say
it's
it.
not like bad. It's just it's very cliche. Like I've just really like, you know, when girls like don't wear bras, like out or
Yeah.
like to like the store and have like, you know, like white shirts on. It's just like I think it's so hot. I mean, like, a lot of people think that's probably hot though, so it's not really like out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is hot. I agree. Hard nipples.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys so much for all of the questions and the fun.
Yes. Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Please subscribe. Give us 5 stars.
Drop some comments. Send us some more
Yes.
questions. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you guys.